started to not want to come out here for a sec. But really, I was actually gonna record because I wanted to start. I have some topics I want to talk about, like what it was like for me to grow up with a father who was incarcerated my entire life. Um, how I think ADHD impacted my marriage. How I think ADHD has impacted my friendships. How I think ADHD has impacted my parenting, and um, just got some things I just want to talk about, and then also got some fun stuff I want to talk about, like reality TV shows and all that type of stuff. But I'm not sure how consistent I'm gonna be with the content because I am feeling myself heading here towards like a more isolation type of a state. Um, I've been getting a lot more into making like anonymous Instagram accounts. I have already been doing that, but never putting in like the effort into it, or even just like having fun with it consistently enough for it to be a part of my life. But I've been having fun not being someone else, but just like having different Instagram accounts or like astrology that like aren't personally connected to me. Like there's just been a freedom of that, and because of that, I think that I may soon be transitioning into creating another tarot page, potentially, and not having any identifying, like not sharing it to any of my social media or anything like that. But I still want to, I still guess, like, this is my original channel, so like I still want to put into it, but I'm not going to be doing that because this will probably, at least not for, I don't know, like, I'm saying that right now because like the energy just feels really heavy and like intense. I'm not a fan of, like, Capricorn, like, energy with the moon and void. It's just, like, it's giving me a lot of anxiety, a lot of nervousness. I feel like I got bubble guts. But, I did end up, sorry, I just took a hit. I did end up, I've even been, like, trying to, like, not even trying, I haven't even been, like, wanting as much, like, smoke. I haven't been wanting to drink as much. I just want to, like, seriously bring Ten of Pentacles, like, to my life so I don't have to, like, worry about nobody attempting to, like, take away from me in a sense. Because I feel like when you don't have anything, like, some people, they like to pry on that and they get happy on that because for them, they see your downfall as like an opportunity for their come up, or for them to be able to walk back in and not take any accountability. So I would be cautious of that, you guys. If you feel like that could pertain to you, I did get Seven of Swords for placement. Let me get into what this spread's gonna be. We're gonna talk about it really quick. This is like probably one of the most clearest messages I think I've had while wanting to do a reading. What you mean, Harpo? Then my audio was losing my iPhone. What you talking about? Okay, still recording. Let me turn my thing off. Anyway, it'd be funny. Like, I was just thinking, like, maybe I should check and make sure that this audio is actually picking up. But to be honest, I really don't give a damn. Frankly, I don't give a damn. What book? Oh, Gone with the Wind. Yes, I read that book fully for my AR points. Woohoo! Dork over here. One time I read for, actually a couple times, I read for Dr. Seuss's wife. And I read so many books that I got to ride in a limo with her. So, not the coolest thing in the world, but kind of cool. Anyway, moving on. I don't want this to be long at all, personally. Like, I really don't. Normally I'll come on here and I'll just, like, go off on something random. If I get back to Pinterest. There we go. So basically, I did a stuck in a rut spread for us. Because, like I said, this energy is just feeling kind of, like, murky a little bit. And, actually, it's been kind of hot. Yeah, hot. Make sure you're flashing. You're hot in your clothes, yes, and you know. You two different styles. But all right, let's just talk about it real quick. So the first, and I'm still like learning and stuff like that. So if I like, this is just how I want to read these. So it is what it is. Let's move it online a little bit. The first two placements are what led to this. So like, what kind of led to, you know, you feeling like you're stuck in a rut, whether that's mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, right? So basically, I used the Prism deck. The 7 Oracle deck, only for like certain of them. You'll see what I mean. And then the Lightyear deck. So for what led to this, we got 3 of Cups and 2 of Wands, but we got 3 of Cups with rejection, and we got 2 of Wands with mystery. And for the 1 Oracle card I picked for that placement, we got a deep breath. So when I saw this, my immediate thought was like, personally, I think for some of you guys out there, this resonates for those of you who doesn't. But personally, and even including just some of my own life situations, I think that for some of you, what led to the situation was somebody wanting that journey, that life experience, especially like life experience that they may not have had to get before. And because of that, they possibly rejected an offer. They possibly rejected affection. They possibly rejected just you in total. Like, they could have just told you, like, I'm out. Fuck this shit. I'm out. And they probably could have went to, like, find their own community. And I say this because, like, 3 of Cups is a, like, you know, a gathering type of card. It's actually funny because this is card my brother used to call, like, me and, like, 2 of my friends. But yeah, 3 of Cups is, like, I think of 3 of Cups as, like, creative community, right? Because, like, 3 is, like, creativity. That's what that number normally means. 3 is also, I believe, is it Leo? Aries, Taurus. No, Leo is 5. But it's also creativity. Anyway, but 3 is creativity. And actually, I have 3 of Wands. 3 of Cups and 2 of Wands. And that's 5, so either way, creativity lies within both of them. Balance and creativity with the 2. We got the 7. Cycles, like, and, like, also, like, so much stuff is, like, in 7. Like, our calendars, our days. Sorry, my allergies, like, really just been getting to me lately. I'm telling you, like, I don't know what the fuck is up. This energy is just so weird. I'm just, like, I don't know. Anyway, I really like this Oracle deck. What led to this? A deep breath. Fear is asking for your attention and healing right now. You or another operating from the position of fear. Oh my gosh, as an Enneagram 6, that is totally me. I am very security based. So, like, if I feel, and also I'm very also with words of affirmation, which can sometimes like conflict or whatever. I don't know how to explain that. But, you ever thought about your love languages as things that you possibly didn't get fulfilled as a child, and that's your love language? Like, that's why you seek it, because you missed it, right? Mine's a big one for me is words of affirmation. Like, I don't, like, care about, like, if you get me stuff or whatever. If it's just, like, thoughtful, that's nice. But, like, tell me how you feel about me, even hint towards it. I can be very seeking for that from people in a sense, where I'm trying to like in a roundabout way like reassure you so much that you reassure me even 10%. So that way it's like holding on to a crumb. That's what I'll do, bitch. I think that's what some y'all would do too. You understand what I mean? You understand what I mean? But it also says if you also seek red flags, you might be headed towards. But you gotta really think about that though. Like, your love language really could be what was missing from your childhood. It's just my thought. You can honor this kind of fear by saying thank you and protect yourself by choosing another path. I'm not gonna read this whole thing. But I did write like rejection is redirection and protection. And it's funny because it's actually like I saved up that like a picture of that from Pinterest. And if you have like a iOS device, you know it like divides your albums automatically for some stuff. And that's like the last picture I've saved on my Pinterest thing or whatever because my iCloud's like full. And it says like rejection is redirection. And so like if you want to look at it the other way, you could even look at it as like, because I know the question just says well let's this, but we can go further than that, right? We could just read like the situation. And I'm just like really just getting a heavy feeling that like maybe the energy is this way because first of all like not taking a deep breath, like when you don't breathe you don't get any oxygen to your brain, right? So because you don't get any oxygen to your brain, you're kind of like depriving yourself of like stable mental thoughts, and that paranoia can push people away. And so when I see like the Two of Wands with a mystery, I'm just like getting the energy of like somebody like wanting to like go out there and like explore new things. Perhaps even bring new things back to you, honey. Cause you know you can listen. Sometimes rejection is redirection. So some people can grow in some other ways. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. But I'm just trying to be silly. I'm always trying to like be a little silly and stuff. I don't know why. It's like my way of like breaking like I don't know, I'm going somewhere or something. But but yeah, and I feel like somebody like look at her. It's like she's like looking out the window, like longing to be like an entity that I feel like people don't even know. I actually kind of how I was talking about my meme stuff about my other accounts on social media that I'm making. Some of y'all follow me, y'all ain't gonna know. And some of my like stuff gonna be created on fucking Procreate. Gonna be all deep and shit. It's gonna be talking about how you the piece of shit. You ain't gonna know. And watch that good in the back of the bus. What song is that? And then I just gotta hold something so my head. Get to it, get to it, get now. Get. Oh, that's my back. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's up with me. Yo, I didn't know Jack Harlow rapped. That's just a side note. But why did I never know he was a rapper? I thought he was a singer this whole time. And I like had like just asked like people like what's the racist like racial temperature on these Jack Harlow, Sabrina Carlotto, Camila Cabello. Listen, I had never walked into Five Below until my friend told me about Five Below and was like, oh no, it's like this type of stuff, you never walked in there. And I was like, no, girl, because I thought it was for white people. Like, I just didn't know. And I, like, deprived myself of Five Below. Like, oh, my gosh. When I was a photographer, I would meet up to Five Below. Let me tell you. Ooh, baby. It would have been high every night. I don't know. That's not even, like, relatable lyrics. But sometimes it's not about, like, the lyrics. It's just, like, about, like, the vibe of the music that gets in your head. Like Shawshank Redemption, when he was like letting the people listen to music because there's more freedom. But anyway, we're not gonna be long on this, so moving on. Next position is the situation in now, and with that we got Seven of Cups, energy and a burst of magic. And let me tell you something. This got me percolating, baby. Percolating. Because that ain't nothing but good news if you ask me. Like, right now, this person could be in a situation of, picking out their options. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which bitch can I catch by a toe? Right? They're like, and they have energy. Like, they are just moving all about the place and truly bringing like some, they could even be bringing some lessons. Some people may need some lessons and like doing it in a good way. That's what I get when I see burst of magic. But I am gonna look at the guidebook for the oracle deck. I mean, that's what they're here for, right? Give you a little guidance. Yeah, this person's probably having like so many epiphanies, like with all of their options, and like really getting to like look at the board and like see what they want, and they have time for it too, honey. Let me tell you something. This person, whoever this person is, like, I hope it's you. I really do hope it's you, because I want to be me. That's why I was like, I got percolating, because it gave me ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole big world out there, and like, when you really think about it, like, I've been like so sad and pining having this girl I was in love with. Kind of am, because like things take time. But like, it's a big world out there in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And like, I know, I know now what I have to offer, and now I value it. And my ex-husband had already kind of like, I want to say, helped me reach that level of valuing what I have to offer, just through experiences, just through being together, just through even just moments where he got to like see me, and like I would, impress him, and I'd be like, oh, dope, I didn't know you found that impressive. And like, I don't mean to say that in a way of like, oh, I need him as validation. I say that as a way of like, it was just interesting to have some people who are so close to me actually see me and acknowledge it, and then also help me see more of myself, and even help me like even embrace my inner child at times. I did not get a lot of a childhood growing up, in a sense, like, not really at all. So sometimes it's very difficult for me, and then I became mom very young, so sometimes it's very difficult for me to like to like go into my inner child. And I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway. It says this is such a time for you now. Answers are coming directly from the source and being downloaded into you with such force of conviction that you cannot be the same again. Be grateful for this beautiful burst of magic. It is not an everyday gift. So, like, honestly, seeing this, whether this is you or whether this is that person, the energy's out there, right? And if this person is going to get it, you should go get yours too. You really, really should. I was talking to myself, thinking about it. Because, funny, like I said, it is a whole big world. A lot of girls that could look like me. And they would see me for me. Wanna be silly and happy. There's just actually this girl that, like, I don't want to say too much because, like, I don't want to be creepy. But, like, I saw her, like, on Instagram, and I was, like, immediately, like, kind of, like, attracted, like, to her energy. Like, at least from social media. And I know that probably sounds so weird. I don't know how to word it. But it was just, like, I don't know. Like, sometimes, like, people help you see what it is you want out of life, in a sense. Even if, like, rejection, oh my gosh, it's come back full circle. Rejection can be redirection. Sometimes, like, when you do get rejected, even if it hurts and it stings and you're like trying to fight it, like, like now I basically, okay, let me explain. What I'm trying to say is, before I used to always say, I need to be with somebody who grounds me and stabilizes me, and that was my ex-husband. And then through some other, then through another relationship, try not to speak too directly about that anymore at all, because I'm like processing and trying to like heal and move on from it. Because I really want to be able to heal and move on from it, so that way I can like work more on myself and like loving myself, not even just like loving myself, more like appreciating myself, valuing myself, and like also like learning how to balance myself. But that's self-care as well. um and that's what I want to like be. Also, I'm trying to like be a little bit more ambiguous with that and not get like so like, because I can get into it if you want to get into it, and like that's like the duality of like my fucking sign and shit like that. But anyway, throughout that like other like relationship, it helped me see that like actually a very happy and positive girl is something that like I would fucking love. Like, you know, like I used to before. Like I said, I think I need someone super stable and like ooh, ooh, ooh. And like I even thought like even that I ended up with a woman, like I was like, oh, I want a woman who's like snippy. Like now I'm like, no, I want fucking Pisces. Like I want someone who like, you know, like likes to be happy, like likes to be positive, like likes to be like, you know what, we got this. Like we got this. We gonna do this. We gonna handle this. Like let's get to this. Like motivating type of an energy. Um, and someone who's really kind. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I've ever described that as something I would want from somebody. Someone who's really kind. But throughout some of my experiences with some people, like especially my physical child, kindness is something I am really like out there looking for at this point. So if you're someone who's fucking kind, shawty, will you come my way? I got some games we can play. Twist up on the floor. I'm kidding. Okay, stop. I am not even like even really anything like one hit. And actually, I need to be switching these to hybrid. The nice thing about like not smoking a lot is, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would say saving money, but I don't have money to spend anyway, which is like part of the reason I'm also not smoking as much. But it's fine because like my ADHD like sometimes like gets me like really bad spending choices. So having nothing sometimes is fine, you know. You don't do a lot more money. I literally started those things that I need 10 pinnacles, that type of stuff. It's not that I don't need money or need money. It's that I need to figure out how to have a better relationship with money, and yeah, that's the whole topic for another day. But I said I don't want it to be long. Like I'm not making this further than 35 minutes. Actually, we're gonna wrap this like 5 minutes. Let's go. Next placement: how to get out of this rut or this energy that you're in. Seeing Seven of Swords and happiness together makes me like literally feel like go be fucking sneaky. Like, you know, like you were deceived, go deceive back a little bit. You were fucked with, go fuck with someone else a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I get like some like stealth like mahaha energy with this a little bit with that. I don't know. That could be just petty of me. But I think it's funny because the oracle card we got with this is birds of a feather. And so then if I take this like a little bit more seriously, which if we take it more seriously, first of all, like birds of a feather is always used so negatively. So I actually think it's very interesting because I knew right off the bat when I saw this card the first time when I like went through the deck that she meant it in a very positive way, like fighting community. Damn, literally there it goes. You can ring my bell, ring my bell, my bell. I just realized I got Knight of Pentacles for like the last position. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I like grabbed my Five Below Tarot book so I could, cause these court cards are not my strong suit. I just want to already have it on the page to it. That would need to be true. But anyway, this one was also like 4. I mean not 4, but 2 position 4 and 5. So how to get out of it? got the Seven of Swords with the High Priestess. And then the High Priestess is anger. And when I see this, I almost get like Tower energy, but like anger in the right way. Okay, like it's always weird because I have always felt ever since I was like younger that like I was like a mini version of Storm, and I could like change the weather with my moods or whatever, but like I just didn't know. And then also I was also really that movie from Disney Channel where the kids have the ice machine and they like wanted to make it snow, and I was always like, I want to make it snow here too. I always wanted a snow day. That's why we grew up in fucking Florida. Fucking Florida. Fuck Florida. It's fine. It's not the worst. I mean, I'm here, ain't I? Mainly because I was born here. Born in St. Petersburg. But, anywho. So, how to get out of it? I don't know. Like, seriously, like, to get Seven of Swords, think about it. To get Seven of Swords with the Happiness card, but to also get the High Priestess with the Anger card, like, first of all, when I see Anger High Priestess, it almost makes me feel like stay in your motherfucking ground. Stay 10 toes to the ground if you got to, bitch, because you're every right to feel the way you wanna fucking feel, because somebody fucking deceived you, stabbed you in the fucking back, and oh, they're happy about it. They're happy with where they landed. And you have the intuition just to know something is the fuck is going on. You know? Something the fuck is going on. Then someone say, oh, you know your friend's sister works there now? And I'm like, oh, ah. So it's right to feel that anger. Then my other interpretation of it was getting that. I have another one. I'm forgetting. Is you see the way I feel like she's breathing in? I almost feel like she's breathing in her anger. Because that's almost how I kind of feel. Like she's breathing in her anger. She's like just like closing her eyes. She's like just like I'm just gonna meditate, and I'm gonna feel this, and I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with it. Whether it's like, because I have been wanting to make like rap music. When I say rap music, that I've been wanting to write like lyrics and like really get into it. Like go to a whole other place. Like let my shadows set out. Let it all hang out. And really just kind of go to a place where I can be honest. Because let me tell you something. A lot of times with people, I am so much in a preservation mode with them, even when they don't know it. Like, on the outside, it looks like I'm like, going off, but on the inside, I'm like very sensitive. And the people who know me, they fucking know that for a fact. Which is why, like, it weirds me out when they, like, feel like they forget me. 28 minutes. But as I've told my brother, I think, sometimes I think I break people's brains. I think it may be the Pisces Sun and Moon thing. Or I could just be doing the most and doing too much. Like, who knows? Who the fuck knows? You live, you learn, you grow, you move on. And a big lesson that I have been learning and I've learned is that I want to maintain my heart. But I also need a place, like, other ways to vent. Let's look at my song of the day by this white girl. Hope she's not problematic either. But I love them. It's like OTWV, it's like the song title, and like she's like other ways to vent. It's like I want like me like being like a Sasha Fierce, like the other way to vent. Probably Queen of Swords, bitch. Because let me tell you something, I could go off about some people, but yeah, I'm always like in a preservation mode when it comes to people and like wanting to like save some crumb of like them like loving me in a sense. So like I still kind of have this like pull back, even if people don't feel like I do. Like, even people think it's like mad day with me. I've never had an actual mad day. You know what I mean when you say mad day? Like, oh, bitch, they had a mad day. Like, that bitch went for all, she about to go to jail. I've never had a mad day. But I've always had it in me to have a mad day. My ex-husband used to always say to me that he was surprised that I wasn't a school shooter because of the fact that the way I got bullied so bad. But then he still didn't understand why I was so upset when he left me the way he did. I'm like, what the fuck? And also, I was never a school shooter. First of all, like, I just couldn't do that shit. Like, just because you're a fucking dick and you call me ugly and bug tea, not down because you like do all this shit, like, doesn't mean that I would want to like see your blood on the ground, you know. So it's not a surprise to me, but I get what he means. I get what he means because I got bullied a lot, like a lot. So I guess like from the way it was for me growing up, because I was like always called the white girl, whatever, and like some people, this one girl, she was on the bus, she was like talk right, and I was like okay, and she was like, see, you trying to talk down to me or something, and I was like, bitch, I'm really not. I didn't say bitch, I didn't cuss at the time, but I was like, I'm really not. Like, I'm like, girl, you don't understand. Like, I literally have a mom who has to work a lot, so I have to stay with my brothers a lot, and I like don't have any friends, and my mom, this is her vernacular, pretty much. Like, me and my mom kind of speak the same way. We don't have the same pitch, but my mom, like, she's like, and then she's like, child, please, man, girl, if you don't go on, like, get out of my face. So it's just like, I used to struggle with it. Like, I used to struggle with, like, okay, I want to sound, not like I want to sound like, oh, I sound too black or something like that. And I used to, like, purposely try to keep my voice at a higher pitch to feel more accepted around people. And that's just too much fucking effort. But I used to, like, when I stopped doing that, I used to, like, think, like, well, what's my real voice? Because I had done that so much, growing up or whatever. And then eventually I just realized, like, girl, you are who you are at this point. And, like, it's just a mixture of both. And I would be surprised if my mom went through the same thing. And I just never knew. We're not that close, so I don't know how she feels about stuff. Besides, like, the basics of, like, child, you love God. I mean, I do. But then she gets a little worried. Yep, that's what's it. We're not getting to that. Outcome. We got Knight of Pentacles, Isolation, and Into Me I See. First of all, before we get to Knight of Pentacles, I gotta look at my guidebook for Knight of Pentacles. Isolation with Into Me I See. I feel like that says it all. I have found so much stuff about me out in my isolation, and I am excited to continue the journey of that. And when I see Knight of Pentacles, obviously just thinking about Pentacles materials, I feel like it's a step towards getting to the Queen, into the King of Pentacles. Wait, look at my book. Yeah, I kind of think that like in the midst of being isolated and like seeking inwardly and reflecting inside, I don't know, I'm good at this. I'm getting tired at this point.